Hello everybody, we're bringing up some more stuff, and today I'm driving to Cammy, and nope, that's not the right place. Guys, I'm like really struggling to put into my GPS that I have to go to Cammy's right now. Okay. Share ETA. Cool. So, the first thing I have to talk to you guys about is the fact that I have caught up with Chikawa. I freaking love Chikawa, man. I've had so much fun reading it and catching up. And I just think that character is so freaking cute. Like, I don't even know what to say. Chikawa is just such a delightful little creature. But I'm driving to go with Cammy and her roommates to an event for Crew, which is Campus Crusaders for Christ. It's like a religious organization. They're not really that, like, intense. They're just very, like, you know, they're devout and they're kind. The name really makes it sound like it's a different group than it is. But, they're having an event called Night at the Oscars, and I'm going, and I have to dress nice, so that's kind of a bummer. But it's okay. Last night I made Cammy a Thai tea chia seed pudding, and it didn't go that well. My worry was that all the chia seeds were just going to be at the bottom, and as such, they would not, like, emulsify all of it, so it would just end up being like a bunch of tea. And from the looks of it, that's exactly what happened. So that's kind of unfortunate, but there's a chance that underneath all of the Thai tea that's on the top is a yummy chia seed pudding. So I'm kind of hoping that, and I'm bringing it over. I'm also bringing over the board game Wavelength. So I'm just, you know. I was recording Daggerpeg episodes earlier, and it was just the most horrifying, harrowing experience. This episode that I recorded was just like, it was so miserable for me. It was so scary. It was so scary. I won't say what the episode was because it's not going to come out for a while. But just know that, like, someday there's going to be a Daggerpeg episode where there's real sacrifice. There's real sacrifice on the side of Daggerpeg. Sorry, I was just thinking about Daggerpeg and that episode and whatnot. But yeah, so the next thing I have to talk about is the Marvel Rivals tournament. So I've told you guys that I hung out with Emma, Morgan, Isaac, and Jimmy. Jimmy I knew from, and Kai, obviously. Jimmy I knew from Smash, right? So Jimmy was one of the better Smash Bros. Players at our college, which, again, if you think about, like, the grand scheme of collegiate Smash Brothers, he's not very good, and that's because we had no good players at our whole school. I was the best player, and I'm not that good at Smash Ultimate. I'm just not. Like, I don't even know how I would get better, to be honest. Like, there are individual things that I could practice, and maybe just, like, as I practice those things, I would unlock more stuff and, like, see the game better, but actually I do definitely know how to get better, so maybe I should shut up. Actually, I'm quite confident that I know how I could get better at the game. But, point is, I'm not very good. Jimmy is not as good as me, but he's okay. He's pretty good. And, so I knew him from that, and he said that he was a Captain America main. And I was like, ooh, let's get him on the team, you know? We don't know this when we decide that he's going to join us. But Jimmy is like the greatest Captain America to ever walk the earth. Like, I don't know what it is about this guy, but he's an absolute champion. Like, he's incredible. He's truly incredible. Captain America's job is to run around and just, like, punch people in the back line, like, punch the healers, and just not die. Because he uses his shield. And I'm turning on my windshield wiper fluid to clean my windshield. It got really dirty. Jimmy just never dies. Like, I don't know how it's possible. I don't know what he does. But he, like, we'll all be dead. And for, like, 60 seconds, he'll be on the point that we have to, like, contest. And he'll have all 6 members of the enemy team trying to kill him, and they just can't do it. And he'll survive for, like, a full minute until we can make it back. I almost just got hit. Like, I just had to brake really hard. Fully that guy just did not look in his blind spot, I guess, and just drove into the spot where I was. That was frightening, because he did it fast. He merged quick. Like, if I was looking at my phone or something, if I was, like, glancing at my phone for the, I don't know, like, for the directions or something, or if I, like, was trying to change my music or something, like, I would have just got hit, and it would have been bad. Like, it would have been a bad hit. Like, my car probably would have been totaled. But I'm safe because I'm so epic at driving. It's because I'm so epic at driving. And everybody knows you gotta practice safe driving. That guy isn't practicing safe driving, but you know who is? Me! Daggerpeg! And as long as we practice safe driving, we can maintain a good level of safety. You know? So, what was I saying? Oh, right. And then we'll make it back. And, like, as soon as I can see Jimmy, because I always play healer, I really like playing support. I like it the most. Because DPS, like, you have to go kill people, and, like, it's just a little bit difficult, because you have to aim really well. I guess you have to aim really well for some healing things as well. So, you know, who am I kidding? But, like, I just enjoy healing more. I don't really like running down the... I don't like flanking and trying to kill the healers without, like, drawing attention. Because then if I mess up, then, like, everybody just looks at me, and I look like such an idiot. I guess I look like such an idiot when I mess up heals, too. I don't know why I like it so much more. But I don't like flanking to kill the healers. I don't like playing, like, the point DPS that just has to, like, dish out a bunch of damage. I don't like playing the tank that has to, like, soak everything up and, like, control the space. Like, I just really like playing heals. I think it's the most fun. I don't know why. I was trying to think of reasons just now, and I was, like, trying to explain it before I fully had understood, but I don't think I understand at all. I just like heals the most. But you know, I'll like jump over the edge of where I am, and I'll see Jimmy still on the point, and I'll like throw my healing thing at him, and like it'll hit him, and that gives him the little boost that he needs to like survive until we all make it there. And then we like do some ults, and it's like, Jimmy, you saved us, wahoo, you know. What was that? What in my car would have made that noise? Like, what? My backpack fell over. I wonder if it was that, but it didn't sound like it was that. My backpack also definitely fell over when I, like, was about to get crashed into. What is that? What is rolling? Oh, there's a water bottle back there. Someone left their water bottle in my trunk. I think that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, it's almost definitely that water bottle. Man, I really don't want to hear that the whole drive. I guess I won't, because I won't be, like, braking that hard that much. Like, I'll be driving forward. And as long as I'm driving forward, it probably shouldn't make noise. Well, yeah, so we practiced a tiny bit. And a lot of our early practice was like, let's see what roles we want to play, you know? Because I want to play healer. I think Emma also wants to play healer. And then Jimmy is going to be Captain America. Kai can play a couple characters in DPS and tank, you know? And Morgan can also play a couple characters in DPS and tank. And then we have Isaac. And Isaac plays like Moon Knight. Isaac plays like some bad DPS characters is basically what I'm trying to say. And we're like trying to figure out what our comp is. We tried out a couple things and eventually we were like, I think we need to have Isaac on Rocket. Like, Isaac on Rocket just kind of fills all the gaps. Like, if we have Isaac on Rocket Raccoon, me on Cloak and Dagger / Luna Snow, Emma on, like, maybe Luna, maybe Invis Woman, and then we have Kai on Magneto, Morgan on Solo DPS, a character like Iron Fist or Wolverine or Spider-Man if we're feeling frisky, or, you know, characters like that. Star-Lord, characters like that. He doesn't play Star-Lord, though. And so, we tried that for a while, and it didn't really work. And, you know, I really didn't like the way that we practiced. I thought that we made very poor use of our time. Because we started to lose our first match. And rather than, like, assessing the problem, we just switched. And I think that that is largely what you do in this game. It's like when there's a problem, when you start losing, you, like, reconsider your comp before you reconsider your play. And I really dislike that, like, fundamentally. I think that you should probably, like, have a little bit more faith in the comp that you chose and, like, try to see if there's anything about your play that you can change to, like, make the comp function as it's intended to. Because if it's losing, then presumably something is not working as it's supposed to. Well, that's a really cute gas station. And they got $4.19 gas. It's really cute. But, you know, we switched. And Emma switched off of whatever healer she was playing and switched on to Emma Frost, who is a tank. So that sucks. But, you know, the thing is it worked really well. And that ended up being our comp, is we have Rocket, Cloak, and Dagger as our 2 healers with Isaac and I. And then all of the better players play all of the other roles. I think this put, like, a lot of pressure on my healer ults, especially in the beginning, because when we started practicing before a really, like, powerful Rocket Raccoon ult buff. And the way that the game works, basically, is, like, your healer ultimates are so exceedingly powerful that, like, they dictate the entire game, basically. So, like, you'll fight for a long time, but usually, like, you'll kind of, like, one team will be winning or the other team will be winning, but they won't be winning by that much. And then you have a healer ultimate, and when you have your healer ultimate, it means that literally no one in there can die. So there are other ults that are, like, direct counters to healer ults. Like Magneto, his ult is, like, he makes a big ball out of metal and then throws it, and it's a one-shot. And because it one-shots, you can't survive when you're in the heal ult. Because the heal ults, what they do is they heal you very quickly. So if you take, like, a couple bullets of damage, then those will get healed off before the next bullet comes in, you know? But if you die to one hit, all the damage is at once. So it'll do more than your health bar, and you can't heal, like, half of it before you take the second half damage. And as such, like, Magneto is, like, a very important counter to a lot of these healer ults. But, you know, Rocket Raccoon's ult now, and by the time that the tournament happened, is very powerful. When we began to practice, it was definitely a tier weaker than everyone else's ult, weaker than Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger, and Invisible Woman are the 3 main ones that you would think of. And to a lesser degree, I would say Mantis, her ult as well. I think Mantis' ult was stronger than Rocket's at that point, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. But those ults basically just keep you alive no matter what. So all of the big team fights are dictated based on who uses their ults correctly, and some of the most important ones are the healer ults. And that really sucks. Because that meant that, like, I had to have good ults every single time or we lost. And I'm not sure that everyone else felt that way, because when we would lose, they'd be like, oh man, if we did, like, this, maybe, like, if I did this, we would have won. And I'm like, dude, like, it's really just a straight, like, one-to-one correlation. Is my ultimate successful, and do we win the game? You know? So that was pretty tough. That was pretty tough. But it was fine. And I really enjoyed playing the game, you know. I had a lot of fun learning it. And at one point, I was like, you know, I said at one point, like, I want to hear it honestly from you guys. You guys meaning Emma and Morgan, mainly. Also Kai, but really mostly Emma and Morgan, because they were, like, I think a tier above Kai and I. When we started, I think Kai is of the same skill as them at this point, to be honest. But when we first started, Emma and Morgan were way better, because they came from Overwatch, which makes them sound like they were really, really good at Overwatch. I think they just, like, played it for fun a bunch, you know? I don't know that they were ever, like, super try-harding, like, trying to become super, super strong at Overwatch. But they had that background, so they were quite powerful. They were quite strong compared to us. And so I was like, hey, do you guys think I'm good? And they were like, yeah, actually, like, even, like, Morgan said, like, Emma and I were talking about this, like, even when you weren't there, we were saying, like, it's crazy that Jack has gotten so good so fast, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, so that's really nice. So they're like, yeah, I mean, like, your situational awareness is, like, so good. You, like, see what's happening everywhere. Like, I don't get it. It's really hard. Like, I'm not even that good at that part of the game. And that was nice, because it was the part of the game that I was, like, taking the most pride in. Because Cloak and Dagger aims for you. Like, if you point your crosshair in the general direction of an enemy, or, sorry, of a teammate, then your little healing ball goes, and it, like, curves and hits them. It, like, auto-aims, actually. Like, it's not an exaggeration. Like, it literally, homing aims. And that meant that, like, I could really, like, focus on other parts of the game without having to really, really, really focus on, like, you know, how to aim. So I could focus 100% on positioning myself and 0% on aiming, which was really nice, while I was trying to learn the game. After a little while, you know, I could play, like, Luna Snow, where you have to aim while you play, and I was still learning a bunch about positioning and whatnot, but it was really helpful, I think, in the very beginning to play a character that just aimed for me. But yeah, so I was happy with that. I was really glad that they thought that I was a good player. But eventually the tournament rolled around, and I'm, like, not sick anymore, but we had taken some stuff from the gaming room. So we had to bring our own peripherals, and what that meant was mouse pad, mouse, headphones, and keyboard. I didn't want to bring my own keyboard or headphones, because I would have been happy bringing my own headphones for the most part. The only problem was I worried that my like, cable wouldn't be long enough. And the headphones from the gaming room are like those gamer headphones that have, like, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, so it's, like, basically instant wireless audio. So I didn't have to worry about the distance as much. So I wanted to take those. And then I took a mouse pad from the gaming room and a keyboard from the gaming room, because I didn't want to bring my own keyboard. And then for my mouse, so this was actually right after my old mouse, the Ponage Ultra Custom Ergo the Ponage Ultra Custom Ergo Wireless Revision 2. That mouse had just broken, through no fault of Ponage. It's just that eventually mechanical mouse switches begin to fail, and one of the first ways that can happen is through double-clicking. My mouse had unbelievable double-clicking issues, like truly, truly astounding. Maybe it is through fault of Ponage, now that I'm saying this out loud. The double-clicking problems were unbelievably bad, like unfathomable. And so I had just purchased a new mouse, and since it was just double-clicking and stuff, like, everything else worked, I decided that I would bring my old mouse, the broken one, to the tournament. And that worked out well. I was happy that I did that. Although it did, like, using it some more helped me realize, like, how much I really like my new mouse. Like, my new mouse, I truly, truly love it. It fits in my hands so freaking well. Like, I just love everything about it, to be honest. Except for that there's no offline software. I know most people don't want to download Float onto their computer, and most people would 1,000 times rather have a web software, and that's kind of... I'll talk about this in the freaking Thursday review. But yeah, so we show up to the tournament. I took the funniest picture ever. I'm gonna try to remember to put it in the video right here. I'm gonna try to remember to put it in. But God, I just took the funniest picture of all time. Dude, where am I right now? It's taking me a new way that I've never gone before. And I'm I'm like driving past a golf course. I'm driving past like the Panda Restaurant Group company, and they have a big like love thing in the front of their parking lot. Like, it's really weird. But yeah, I took like the funniest picture ever because they had us playing on laptops. And the reason for this is they were sponsored, like USC got sponsored for the event by MSI, the gaming company, like a gaming computer company. In previous years, they've been sponsored by MSI for their events, and the computers that they have been given are PCs. This year, it was laptops. So they received 12 laptops. This is a 66 game. They received exactly the amount of laptops that were needed to play. Each of these laptops was worth something like $4,000. It was extremely powerful. I just built my new PC. It's very strong. I can run basically any game at like the best settings, you know? Like when I play Minecraft, I'm turning my render distance all the way up, and my shadows stay fancy, you know? But I played Minecraft last night. It was really fun, actually. Last night I played Minecraft with, like, a bunch of people from crew, and they were all, like, trying to do their thing and, like, having fun together. And what I did is I found a boat, and I was like, oh, I know what I can do. And then I collected a bunch of different kinds of crops. So I got, like, some carrots, I got some wheat, and I got some seeds. And then I was just taking animals back and forth and, like, sneaking them into the house. So, like, I found a sea turtle, and I put down, like, a bucket of water and then picked it back up and, like, tried to time it so that the sea turtle would, like, climb up the mountain a little bit so that I could get him, like, on the same level as the door of our home. And then I, like, broke down the wall of the house and, like, put the sea turtle in a boat and, like, rowed the boat into the house. And then I, like, dug a small pit and put water in it, and everyone was like, how is there a turtle in here? Like, what happened? And I put, like, a bunch of pigs in there. I put a bunch of cows in there. I put a bunch of sheep in there, and they were all brown sheep. They were all brown sheep. And I was slowly replacing everybody's bed with brown wool. It really was making me laugh somehow. It really was. But yeah. What am I saying, everybody? Y'all, I have actually no idea where I am. Okay, I'm going straight here. Did I, like, accidentally hit "Don't Take Me on the Highway"? Like, what is happening? Why am I... Like, what is this? There must have been, like, some crazy crash on the highway or something. I hope that everyone is okay. Sorry, I'm yawning, guys. Woo. But yeah, each of these laptops is supposed to be like $4,000. These laptops are stronger than the PC that I have. They all have like the absolute newest generation NVIDIA GPU. Like they're crazy. They're crazy laptops. And so when we sat down, I was like, oh my god, it's a laptop. Like, I'm going to be using the laptop keyboard so that I can bring the monitor closer to me. And like, this is so exciting. I'm gonna get to take a picture because it's a laptop, so it has a built-in camera. So almost the first thing I did, like, we're supposed to be setting up and checking to make sure that everything works, but I like was looking behind me to make sure that like the people running the event weren't looking. And then I hit the Windows key and I typed in camera, and then I took a picture of myself smiling. And then I sent it into our little, like, Discord chat for the Marvel Rivals team. And I said something like, let's win this, or something. If I remembered to, I put the image up like 24 minutes-ish into the video when I said I was going to do it the first time. So if you want to see it, hopefully it's there. But, God, it was just so funny, that picture. Because, you know, they obviously skimp out on the webcam. So I just look crazy. My hat is like bright yellow. It's like unreal. But yeah, we sit down. We start to practice, and things seem like okay. There's maybe a little bit of lag, but we're like, maybe it'll just, it'll go away. And we get into the first game. We're going to play against USC. And as we leave our spawn, I begin to lag horribly. My game freezes as I walk out of our spawn. And I say, my game froze. And they're like, what? And then I unfreeze and am able to keep walking to where we're supposed to walk to, like, defend. Because basically the way that this map works is they have to push a cart, and we have to stop them from pushing the cart. And if you're the defense team, you spawn far back. So at the beginning of the game, they let defense come out and, like, position themselves and then fight the attackers. So the attackers come out, like, after 40 seconds or something. The reason they do this is, like, if the attackers get a kill, they want the defenders to have to, like, come back from a far away place so that it gives the attackers, like, some time to push the cart. But if the defenders kill the attackers, they don't want it to, like, take forever because they want the pace of the game to be relatively high. So the attackers spawn close to where the cart track begins, essentially. So we're all walking there. I literally froze, and we were like, uh-oh, but you know what? Like, maybe it's just compiling. Or not compiling, but maybe it's just like getting used to its shaders. It has to like get all its cache whatever ready. Like, I don't know how like what it actually is, but sometimes I feel like you lag the first time you see a map for like a tiny bit, and then you'll never lag on that map again because your computer has like stored. It's like it has like the textures and stuff like stored in memory. So I hoped it was that, even though it was like a really long freeze. And regrettably, it was not that. My game was extremely choppy, and sometimes would completely freeze to the point where, like, I ran around the corner to save Emma, right? I was like, I've got you, Emma, and I jump, and then my game freezes, and I'm in midair, right? When my game unfreezes, Emma is dead, and I'm at 1 HP, and then die immediately. Right? And so there's like a kill cam where you can watch what it looked like for the enemy. You can watch what it looked like for the enemy if you, like, wait after you die. So I watched, and on their screen, I jumped around the corner and did not turn to look at them, and then just, like, took 3 steps forward and then stood still. And I was like, okay, cool, my game's not working. Isaac had it way worse than I did. Isaac literally, he said he was playing a comic book instead of a slideshow because it's Marvel, and I thought that was really funny. But Isaac's game would not run. Like, he literally couldn't do anything. So we moved it to, like, the absolute lowest settings. My problems were, like, I didn't freeze that often. I mostly was just getting really bad stuttering literally the whole time. You know. And so that was just really unfortunate. It was sad. It didn't, like, stuff wasn't working, essentially. And that was sad. So we just lost the first game, and they didn't do anything to fix it. They just, like, accepted that we lost, called it a day, and then they like went to find a PC to replace Isaac's laptop. This introduced something like 30 to 45 minutes of extra delay. Because where are they going to find another PC? They were only given the exact amount of laptops that they were going to need to run the event. So, you know, just like, guys, where am I? Okay, I am getting on the highway soon. I'm just fully stopped at this, like, super busy intersection. So I looked at what my directions say, and they say that it's going to start being a normal drive soon. Y'all, the jacarandas have been absolutely stunning this year. The jacarandas have never looked prettier. They're so purple, they're so full, like everywhere you go. They're so gorgeous, it's unbelievable. Just so awesome. But yeah, so, what the heck? What am I saying? Oh, yeah, it was just miserable. And they go to find Isaac a PC, essentially. And they say, hey, I'm really sorry, everyone. There's just not going to be a live stream for the whole event, because we have to use the live stream PC to replace one of the laptops. And we're all like, okay, I guess. Because they had already told us, that the live stream wasn't going to start for the first, like, 4 matches, because they only had one channel to stream on, and it was streaming a different game or something. Like, I don't really understand what they were saying, because that can't be the case. But, you know, they said that the stream wasn't going to start, so we were like, whatever, man. Like, that sucks, but who cares? And eventually they get Isaac the PC, and then, you know, it goes off basically without a hitch, except for the fact that, like, I'm freezing. And we lost game 2, but it was like, I don't even remember the game, to be honest, anymore. I don't even remember the game. But I remember that we came off the back of it thinking we should have won. Which makes me wonder if, like, I'm forgetting another tech issue. Like, if someone else had a tech issue. But I don't remember. But I remember we came off the back of it thinking, like, man, we really should have won that game. It's really stupid that, like, there were so many tech issues. Maybe it was like we should have won the first game and lost the second one. Who knows? But the point is, the tech issues were really bad there. And I was still, like, lagging pretty horribly. Like, if it was my own computer at home, I would have said it was literally unplayable and never touched the game again. You know, like, I would not play the game in that state. It was unplayable. That being said, I'm at a big tournament. It is playable. You know? Like, I'll get through it. As a competitor, it's not playable. But as a bunch of goobers, it is. And we went into this thinking, we're not going to win. Why do they invite Occidental College, you know? Like, we're the only team here without, like, an official, like, esports team thing. They were, like, talking about who's your coach, who's, like, your director of the club. Like, dude, we got none of that. We got, like, us, and that's it. So, yeah. That's basically what's up. And, so, like, on the drive over there, it was really fun, because I was the one driver, and we were all joking about whatever, and, God, I don't remember if this is when it came up, but we had said, like, guys, let's go to trivia. Let's go to trivia, right? And we looked up where there was trivia. We found a list of a bunch of places that had it on Tuesday, because I guess Tuesday is, like, the trivia day, because who's going to go to a bar on Tuesday other than for trivia? Is the reason. So we decided we were going to go to trivia in the USC, like, town center, whatever it's called. It's, like, basically a part of campus. There's a bar that does trivia. And we were going to try to go. So we were like, yeah, let's go to trivia, woo! And we were, like, popping off. We were cheering. We were having such a good time. And, you know, we would be, like, frustrated about the tech issues during the game and be like, wow, it really sucks that we don't even get to play this game, like, as a team after we've all been grinding this game for so long. Because it's been on and off, but it's been, like, a month on and off of me really trying to, like, learn this video game in a genre that's completely new to me, basically. Like, I never really was a big Overwatch player. I never was a big Paladins player. But, you know, I'm really trying to learn Marvel Rivals. So it is frustrating that, like, this whole thing isn't working that well. But in between games, so, like, man, like, we're so sorry that, like, you just basically took the loss for, like, tech issues. And it's like, it's okay, we're still winners because we're going to be so good at trivia. And they were joking, or we were joking about stuff and, like, making people laugh. And Jimmy was like, guys, if there are any questions about dinosaurs, I got you. And that really, like, sent us. We thought that was the funniest thing ever. So, you know, we were having a good time. And then this whole event was a part of USC Games Expo, which was, like, this huge exposition for a ton of games. Like, they had games that were being shown off by Microsoft. Like, there was a Microsoft section where they were like, here's a game from one of our publishers, which is insane. You know, this is like a big, legit event. And so, in between our games, we just got to kind of go hang around, try some games out if we wanted to. I didn't end up doing it. Jimmy played a ton of, like, game demos, apparently. But there was also, like, there were 2 lines to get, like, food. You could get, like, pretzels and churros for free. You could get, there was, like, an open bar for completely free. And, you know, like, that was super fun. I was thinking that I would tell you guys about how, like, the driving over there and the parking went, but really, like, there's nothing to say. The drive over there was very funny because I like these people a lot, but that's all I have to say about it, you know? So, yeah, I had brought, like, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to eat, and I needed to eat, especially if I was going to be, like, competing in this tournament and, like, trying to understand, like, what went wrong and fix it literally immediately, like, within one game, fix it, you know? Like, if one ult goes wrong, I have to be able to assess the problem and figure out, like, how to fix it and any potential problems with the way I'm fixing it, and then how to fix that. Like, I have to do that immediately, like, before I respawn so that I can continue focusing on the game that I'm playing. I'm, like, that's not that bad, right? That's not that bad. But it is that bad if I'm hungry. You penguins know that I can't make no backpack promises on an empty tummy. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. So, I brought a bunch of Chewy bars and also Belvita, like breakfast cookies. And they were the blueberry ones. So we're sitting there on the stage, waiting to play, and we actually got delayed so bad for our first game that my parking was going to run out. So, while we're, like, booting into the first game, I was like, wait, what time is it? And I looked and I was like, oh, I have to pay for parking. So, like, we're booting into the game, we're loading in, and I'm, like, frantically taking out my wallet, typing in the credit card number, and, like, paying for the parking, like, adding to it on my phone, because you could pay by text. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and I'm typing as fast as I can, and I got it, and I was, like, only maybe a second late to making it to, like, the initial fight, which didn't end up mattering. So, I, like, barely got my parking payment in. And yeah, I barely got my parking payment in, and everything was fine except for the lag. And then we just went and we chilled out, and other people went to the open bar. Oh, wait, I was going to say, before our game, everyone was like, man, like, I'm actually so hungry, I wish that, like, it didn't get delayed so bad. I was like, guys, no, I have snacks, don't worry. And I whip out my backpack, and we take out the snacks, and we start giving them to people, and we're all eating snacks on the stage. I'm taking a picture of myself. We're, like, having actually the best time possible. You know, like, we're all having the time of our lives up there. And eventually, I'm just, like, delirious and hungry, because it's, like, turning to late, you know? This tournament was supposed to run until 8, so I was going to have to, like, go through what is dinner time. So, you know, I'm, like, getting hungry, but each game is delayed by an exorbitant amount of time as we try to figure out the tech problems. Because as it turns out, it's not just my computer and Isaac's computer that were having problems. It's, like, almost all of them. And there was just such bad lag for literally everyone. But it wouldn't all happen every time. It was, like, inconsistent. So they would try to fix one, and it would be okay. And then, like, it would crop up again in a way that made it literally like a 5v6. And I think everyone else really wanted to, like, bring home the W. Everybody else wanted to win and, like, say we won the first Marvel Rivals tournament that we ever attended. Like, our team is undefeated, essentially. So everyone else was taking it really serious, and they, like, would complain a bunch and, like, wait for a really long time to get, like, technology issues figured out for, as well as they could be figured out. And so, you know, guys, I'm worried that I'm going to be late tonight at the Oscars because my phone has taken me on the strangest route of literally all time. I'm driving through, like, extremely dense traffic, like, on a random street. Like, I'm not even on a highway. I'm just on, like, a big street, and the traffic is super, super thick. Like, I can't get to the highway, you know? But yeah, so, what am I saying? I forget. Oh, but yeah, so we eventually get to play again after just, like, so many tech issues. And it's been so long, you know? Like, it's unironically been hours and hours and hours. And they say to us, like, hey, all of the games from here on out are going to be best of 1 instead of best of 3. And we were like, okay, whatever. The other team, like, they don't really pay attention when they say that, I guess, but, you know, we're like, let's start it. We start it, and it's just, this is, like, worse than it was before. Like, our tech issues are so bad that they're, like, this is the worst they've ever been. We switched around the computers, right? So that we would put, like Kai was on the PC because he had a microphone, and then, like, I was on a laptop that Kai was on, which was supposed to work. Like, it hadn't had any issues for the whole day. Isaac was on the laptop that I was on originally that, like, that was, like, really laggy, but it seems like it had been figured out. And then Emma and Morgan were on their computers that had been fine. Jimmy was on the same computer that he started on, and Jimmy's computer literally was the worst one of the whole day, the second time we played. There was a moment where he was, Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange has a big shield that he can do if you hold down right-click. So Jimmy was holding down right-click at the top of a mountain, and he was holding up his shield, right? And we were like, Jimmy, come back, like, you have to come into the portal. And he takes down his shield but doesn't leave. And we're like, Jimmy, come back. And he's laughing and he's like, I can't. I'm frozen. And he's just to the left of me. So I look at his screen. On his screen, he's like holding the shield strong and protecting us. On our screen, he's just standing at the top of a hill, like dying. And Kai, taking this moment to be as funny as literally possible, runs up to save him, because he's another tank, so he has like some shielding moves. He's like, I'm not leaving without Jimmy! Like, I'm saving him! And he runs up, he shields him, whatever. I'm like losing it. I like heal him. Just everything is so scuffed. We literally are playing in a 5v6. Like, Jimmy, it's not like a 5v6 because it's like such bad lag that Jimmy basically isn't getting, like, he's not helping. It's like Jimmy is literally not playing. Like, we have 6 characters on the field and only 5 of them can move. And he just could not stop laughing. But every time that the lag was bearable, he just like was killing it as Captain America. Like, I don't understand. But it was just so funny, man. It was so funny. But we were all like, it's okay, like, we're going to have so much fun at trivia. And then, you know, we kind of, like, had to come to the realization that this tournament wasn't ending. And we might not get to go to trivia. So we were, like, hoping, you know, we were hopeful that we would get to go to trivia. And so we, sorry about the yawn, everybody. Oh, finally, I'm moving. Please let me get through this green light. I beg. I beg, let me get through this green light. Yes! I made it. Okay. Wow, all the traffic clears up just like that. It makes you wonder if maybe that stoplight should have its timing changed. Makes you wonder. So yeah, it was just like completely scuffed. 5v6, we're all laughing though, we're having such a good time. We're screaming, we're so loud. You know, we're just having the most fun out of anyone. And it was just such a fun game, man. It was just so much fun. Even though Jimmy couldn't play, because Jimmy was just laughing. He just thought it was the funniest thing ever. Because these computers are, seriously, they're so powerful. Also, I was lagging, and like I was on the same computer as Kai was originally, that had no problems the whole rest of the day. And to fix it, I turned all my settings down as far as they would go. And what that does in Marvel Rivals, like, there's a setting that you can turn down to, like, completely turn down the sharpness of everything so that, like, doesn't have to use that much power to render it. But when you do it, like, it looks like you're playing the memory of a video game, you know? Like, it's not, it doesn't look like it should anymore. So, like, that was just really funny. Then we get to our last match, and I asked this dude who's, like, been hanging out with us the whole time, because he swiftly identified us as, like, the funniest people, and the people that would be the most fun to hang around with. He was from USC. So, he was hanging out with us for, like, a lot of the day, whenever we were in, like, the room where we were supposed to be playing. Also, at the second round of that game, they locked us in our spawn. Like, they literally were all spawn camping us, and that's not a thing you can really do in this kind of game, but it is a thing you can do when you're missing a player. When like, you're fighting 5 versus 6, like, the damage output is just not there, and it was just bad, you know? So we all got locked in our spawn. They started the stream, the casters, listen, no shade to them as people. They should never cast anything again. They were so terrible at casting. Unbelievable. The stream boots up for literally just, like, our last match, and that's it. But, dude, like, the casters were so bad. It was just painful to listen back to. And they were like, yeah, and Oxy got stuck in their spawn last game. So they don't even know about the tech issues. Like, these casters, they're just pretending, or they don't know that the whole day has been unplayable. It's 10:30. and we're playing this last game. We've removed finals and made like 4 of the 6 matches best of 1. And they're like, ooh, Oxy got locked in their spawn, and it's like, dude, you can't be saying that. You can't be slandering us like this. Like, you just can't. So then we play the last team, right? And there's a banning phase. There's a banning and protecting phase for characters in like competitive matches. And so we were like, who should we ban first? And we're like, oh, let's ban we'll ban, I don't even remember, it was Wolverine and somebody. It was Wolverine and someone, because they had one guy on their team that was just like an absolute menace. So we basically just put him fully out of commission. We were like, nuh-uh, you're not getting to play those 2 characters. Like, we're not good enough to fight you when you play those characters. And who does the other team ban? They ban Cloak and Dagger and Luna Snow. These are the only 2 characters that I have learned. And when they ban Cloak and Dagger, I look over at them and they're looking at me and they're laughing. They know. They've target banned me. I've only played this game for like a month. I'm a Melee player. I'm not a Marvel Rivals player. I'm just not. And listen, I'm pretty good at Marvel Rivals. I'm pretty good. I really do think that I'm quite skilled at the game. I think that in the amount of time that I grinded, I developed from being literally terrible to very, very strong. But I'm only very, very strong with those 2 characters. If I'm not on Luna Snow and Cloak and Dagger, like, I don't know who to play. And that's not even considering that I'm lagging, like, I'm friggin' stuttering all over the place. So I can't aim, I can't do nothing. So, sorry, there are people asking for donations around my car right now. And I don't have any cash. But it's nice. It's like a group of people, all with like matching T-shirts, asking for donations for the rehab house. So, oh, that's cool. They have a business card too that they're giving out to people. I have no cash. So, actually, do I? I think if I have cash, I only have a $20 bill. So, that's perhaps not in the cards. But, you know, we're gaming. What was I just saying? I wish I could, like, replay it. Because I really don't remember. Man, this drive said it was going to take, like, an hour and 10 minutes. And it's been an hour, and it says that I have 40 minutes left. You know, I'm not mad because, like, I have a lot more to say, but I am mad because I'm stressed out that I'm going to get there too late for, like, I'm going to get there and then I have to change and then immediately run out, and, like, I'm just worried that, like, the timing is too tight and, like, everything is going to mess up. But yeah, so, hate the casters, hate them. As casters, not as people. But, oh right, they target banned me. So, I played Rocket Raccoon, because we were all like, let's just play whoever we think is fun. And then Isaac switches off Rocket Raccoon. And I think it's at this moment that we decide that we have lost. Because we're like, the lag is too bad, Jimmy can't even play. Like, that, it's just miserable. It's just miserable. So, sorry, this bumper sticker in front of me is just really wordy, and I'm reading it. They also have a bumper sticker that says, pull up if you're thick. So, you know. Oh my god, this is the worst highway entrance ever. Not like to merge onto the highway, but to get onto the on-ramp. Like, why? Who designed this? Who thought that this was a good idea? it says that trucks over 3 tons are not allowed to turn onto the on-ramp. Not because of how the on-ramp is, but because of the turn that you're required to do to get onto it. God. So, they banned all my characters. I play Rocket Raccoon, and the reason I play Rocket Raccoon is because I literally can't see. So, like, I had played a tiny bit of Luna Snow in the game before, and because I've turned the graphics down so far, and I'm playing the memory of Marvel Rivals, if a character is, like, too far away from me, I literally lose the ability to see them. They blur into the background, which means that, like, I can't really play Luna Snow, who I was trying to play, because, I can't see the people to shoot them. I can't see them. Dude, the traffic on the highway is terrible, too. Oh, they let me in, though. So, at least I am not having a bad on-ramp experience. So yeah. I can't play a character where I have to aim really well, because if a character is too far away from me, I can't see them. So I just pick Rocket Raccoon. Because with Rocket Raccoon, if you just hold down right mouse, he shoots out this like yellow orb. And the yellow orb bounces around the walls, and if it's ever near a teammate, it heals them. So you don't really have to have, like, any skill whatsoever to play Rocket. So I just started playing Rocket, and, like, things were going okay. You know, we actually, like, there was one push where we did it successfully. Like, we killed them. We beat the enemy team. And we're, like, screaming. I had asked, this is what I forgot to say. That guy who had been sticking around us from USD, I gave him my phone and said, like, will you please record our last game? Like, please, I beg you. And he was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, sure. So he propped up my phone and then recorded our game. And he was like, you want me to record the stream? And I was like, no. Like, record us. Like, us. Record us playing. Because we're just screaming, having fun, having a good time. Like, when we start, we all get out of the spawn gates and we start walking out. And I'm like, everybody, who's excited to win? And everyone's like, woo! It was so much fun. We're all just yelling and, like, having so much fun. It was such a wonderful experience. And, you know, we've been yelling about, like, we're going to go to trivia. Like, who's the real winner? You know, like, we're having so much fun. It was just such a great experience, especially because I was spending it with, like, those people who I think are so funny and they think I'm very funny. Yeah. So, eventually, like, we get to the next map, because it's 2 maps, or it's best of 3 maps for 1 game, and they're really short. So we lost the first, we won a fight, and then I was like, where do I go? Like, where do we set up? Where are we supposed to hold up? And that murdered Kai. Kai was like, why? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we finally win 1 fight, and we're immediately like, what do we do? I've never done this before. So he thought that was super funny. And then also, we had been joking about saying, like, because we're the Tigers, we were like, oh, we could roar, like, let's go Tigers, rah! And then we would all roar really loud. And I was like, ooh, but they're a kind of cat, so we could all go, meow! And so we were like, who's excited to win? Yeah! And then I was like, meow! Like, really loud. And then, like, 2 other people are like, meow! And then Emma is like, why are we effing meowing? Like, please. Like, so embarrassed. It just killed me. Morgan is screaming in a way that I've never heard. Like, every time we get a kill, excuse my language, this is a quotation, okay? Every time we get a kill on, like, anybody, he's screaming at the top of his lungs. Not, like, yelling loudly while maintaining the quality of your voice, like, not projecting, you know? Because, like, when I'm saying, meow, I'm not, like, screaming, you know? Like, I'm yelling meow very loud, but I am maintaining a quality of, like, how my voice sounds. Morgan is not doing the same. He's like, get shit on! Like, screaming. He sounds like a beast. Like he doesn't sound like Morgan. If I heard that noise, I would not know it's him. and I can't hear him, because not only is my computer just lagging, my headphones won't work. So, like, I can't hear anything. And someone offered me their headphones with a microphone on them. Their microphone didn't work. So what I ended up doing is putting my headset from the gaming room in front of me, laying on the computer, like where the trackpad is, and covering up like a bunch of random keys on the keyboard that I don't need to use, with the microphone pointing at my face, and then the other headset that had a working headphones on my head. So I and the headphones were blocking out all the noise. Like, I couldn't hear anyone, and he's screaming so loud that it's not coming through the microphone. Like, Discord overlay is Discord is like, this is a dangerous volume. Like, this isn't a person clearly. So we're not gonna, put this through to everybody else. Guys, golf and stuff has go-karting. The fun never ends at Golf and Stuff Fun Center. I would really like to go there. But, yeah, so we're all just losing it. And we go to the second map, and I die immediately. And I'm like, guys, something about this is not working. And they're like, no, like, don't worry, like, we can still do this, like, and I'm like, no, I mean, like, I need to not be Rocket, I can't make an impact right now. Like, I don't know if Rocket is bad on that level, I don't know if, like, I am not good enough at Rocket to pilot him on that level, I don't know what it is, but something needs to change. So I pick Loki, and the background for this is that before the tournament happened, I found out that Loki was super cool. Basically, he shoots like a laser, and when it hits a wall or an enemy, it explodes and does like a small blast radius of damage. And like that's one move, and it's fine. He also has a move where he creates a clone, and he can place it, like, basically anywhere where you look, like a set distance away. So you can place down a clone, and every time you shoot, the clone will triangulate and shoot at the exact same place. So, like, if you're going to shoot at a wall, you shoot at the wall and your clone is to the left, the clone's bullet will land on the same spot as your bullet does. Which means that, like, it doesn't travel in the same space. So if your bullet gets stopped by something before it hits the wall, like if it hits a person that wasn't there before, then there's a chance that, like, the Loki clone will miss and shoot at the wall instead of the person that you just shot, because it triangulated where you were supposed to hit. But, really, I would argue that it like, works really well. Like, I never really had any problems with it in my gameplay. And then he has another move where he creates a clone underneath him and, like, turns invisible and can run away. And then he has a move where he creates, like, some lamps above his head, and it creates, like, a small area where it does, like, extreme healing for, like, 1 second. So basically, if you're in that lamp, you can't die, basically. So what you can do is, like, press E to activate the clone mode, press left click to spawn a clone, and then press left shift to create lamps above all the clones. And that creates a healing field over where you just put the clone for like 1 second. So if you see that something huge is coming towards the teammate and you're fast enough, you can save them by, like, placing down your clone and then creating a lamp. And then also you can just, like, teleport between your clones. You can switch which clone you are. And then for his ultimate, he copies any other character and then does their ultimate. So, like, if my other healer, or if my healer is playing Rocket, I can copy Rocket and do Rocket ult. If an enemy is like Cloak and Dagger, I can copy Cloak and Dagger and then do Cloak and Dagger ult. I can copy anyone. It doesn't have to be support either. Like if I'm trying to, if we just need like a little bit more damage, I can copy a damage character and then like kill everybody. Although that's almost never the right play because healer ults are so powerful in this game. But Loki is just like such a sick character. So I said, hey guys, I think I'm going to try to learn Loki in like 2 days. As it turns out, Loki is very difficult, and I'm not going to be playing that much Marvel Rivals, especially while sick. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get good at the 2 characters that I have, Luna Snow and Cloak and Dagger, especially Cloak and Dagger. My Cloak and Dagger is insanely good, my Luna Snow is like pretty good, it's fine. So those are going to be my 2 characters, and that's going to be that, you know? That's all I'm going to do. So, when I'm on Loki in this tournament, it's like probably my 5th or 6th game as Loki. And every success that I have, every moment that I succeed with Loki is like a colossal victory. Like, I'm absolutely killing it, you know? And we did really well on that last fight. There were a couple moments where, like, it really looked like we were going to win, and it just kind of, like, crumbled away at the very end. But there were moments where it looked like we were going to win. And it was just such a fun game. We were, like, screaming, having just the best time. The other guy walks over, he shakes my hand, I'm like, why did you target ban me? He's like, ha ha ha, we just had to do you like that. I'm like, girl, like, I'm lagging, okay? I'm lagging. My game is stuttering, and you're putting me on characters that I've never played before. I'm a melee player. I'm a melee player. I may never play this game again. Somehow I kept coming up. They were like, haha, like, blah, 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 like, have you played, like, whatever character that much, or something, like, I don't know. But it just, like, kept coming up, and I kept being like, no, dude, like, I'm a melee player. I think I might never play this video game again. Like, I just filled for my team. And everyone was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, everyone was surprised, you know? But it was super fun, such a fun event. And then, you know, we leave as the champions. Everyone's like, we would love to invite you to more events in the future, blah, blah, blah. That being said, literally our whole Marvel Rivals team has graduated, except for Jimmy. Jimmy, for my money, was the best player. I don't think he plays the most impactful character. So, like, if I had to pick someone to carry me, it probably wouldn't be Jimmy. Like, I would probably pick Morgan just because he does DPS. And, like, if I can keep him alive, things will probably go well. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Maybe I should say, like, Emma because heals are very important. Or Kai because he plays Magneto. And Magneto is, like, extremely powerful, and having a good tank is, like, super important. But point is, Jimmy is insanely good. He's so good. And everyone recognized it. Everyone was like, wow, Cap, you're the GOAT. You're the best Cap of all time. So, that was cool. Just silly, the whole event. And at this point, it's like 10:45, you know. The event was supposed to end at 8. They cut basically half the matches, and it ends at 10:40, or it ends almost at 11. It ends almost 3 hours late, you know. And so we're like, I guess we go try to see if we can get into trivia. We walk over, we try to go, no, there's nothing. We're like, is there even food open? Basically, no. There's like nothing. So we walk over to Yoshinoya, because they should have stuff that's vegan, because it's just rice bowls. They don't. They don't. Then we go to, like, Ono Hawaiian Barbecue, and just have to call it, you know. It's like, whatever, I won't eat, I have snacks, like, I'll be okay. Plus, that way I don't have to, like, spend money on food, and that's nice, because I really don't want to. But, yeah, it's just like, you know, no trivia is a bit of a bummer. And Jimmy leaves, and we're like, bye, Jimmy. And then on the car ride back, we're like, okay, so we do have to play trivia. Like, we have to do it. Let's do it on Thursday. And we're like, all right, it's a deal. So all I know is that we're going to be playing trivia on Thursday, right? And that's that. That's the end of our crazy tournament. Also, like, when we went to go see if trivia was open, we went into the bar and we were like, no. Like, A, there's not trivia here. B, if there was, like, it's too packed. Like, it just wouldn't be fun. And it's like, we didn't even want to go eat there because it was just so loud. We would have had to be, like, screaming. And we were all exhausted because we had been screaming. And, like, you know, so, yeah. The next thing I did was go to the mall with Phi. I just really wanted to hang out with Phi, and I was like, hey, Phi, like, do you want to go, like, hang out and, and I couldn't figure out, like, what we should actually go do for a while, but I knew I wanted to hang out with Phi. And then I was like, let's just go to the mall, haha, because I know that Phi is, like, kind of a weeb, you know? Like, we went to Little Tokyo, and we had fun looking around in, like, Kinokuniya and then all the just, like, cutesy stores, which I had already talked about. It's when I met Claire. It was before the San Francisco trip. What if this one's called Cloak and Pegger? It doesn't really go with the naming scheme, because it's been... Because it's been something peg for, like, every episode of the PEGCAST. Well, that's not true, because in the early ones it wasn't. Like, one of the first ones was called Fruit Talk. And Fruit Talk really isn't... That's not about pegging. I mean, oh my god, that's not about penguins. Oh my god, that just flipped out. Sorry, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, so, I picked Phi up this is on Thursday that I went to pick Phi up at the mall. And between that, it was like Phi and I were free, you know? Like, we could play whatever we wanted, and we could finally play Valorant again. Dude, during this Marvel Rivals week, like, I was grinding Marvel Rivals, and at some point, I just wanted to be playing Valorant. Because, like, I just like Valorant, like, 1,000 times more than all the other shooting games. Because it's more like slow, I guess, and cognizant. I don't need it to be slow. I really enjoy fast games. It's just that it's, like, more, it's easier to do proper. Like, with Marvel Rivals, everything is really messy and, like, chaotic and hectic. So a lot of the time it feels like you're just kind of doing, like, as well as you can, but it's not, like, perfect, you know? With Valorant, like, if you make the right call and then hit your shots, like, you win the round for your whole team. Like, you can just do it, you know? And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that feeling of, like, doing everything proper. I enjoy it a lot in Melee as well, where, like, you know, there's definitely something to be said for running someone over and just, like, going as fast as you can. I do really enjoy that. Like, if I'm playing against a Marth and I'm Fox, or if I'm playing against a Donkey Kong, or a Ganondorf if I'm Falco, really, but... And I'm just, like, going as fast as I can, just running them over, just like, boom, 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 you know? Like, they have no space, they can't get on their feet, they just can't figure out what's happening, I'm just too fast. Like, that is really fun. That's extremely fun. But what I really enjoy as, like, a core, like, gaming experience is doing things proper, you know? Like, doing, like, Cuphead proper felt to me like using only the like, main gun and then the spread gun. Because it's like, oh, okay, I have my normal gun, and then I have the one that, like, does extra damage if I risk running up close to the enemy, you know? And that felt like the two main guns. So when it's like, okay, now you have a homing gun, I was like, well, I don't know about that. Like, that feels like that's not, like, proper. That's like you're changing the game entirely. Like, I just have to survive and then hold down the button, and it'll, like, do damage constantly. Like, that's not Cuphead proper to me. And as such, I didn't do it. It's not real. Like, I made that up, basically, but it's like, it's what it felt like in my brain. And, because of that, it's just what I did. So I really like games where it feels like you can be proper. And some games don't encourage that, right? Like Fragpunk, I think, is a game where you can be proper. You can obviously be proper in Marvel Rivals. It's just there's so much chaos that it's like not obvious what you should be doing. And there's not like really one or two right answers. You know, there aren't like one or two right answers. As where in Valorant and Counter-Strike and like, you know, Fragpunk, you could say, there are correct answers to things. Like, there's an aggressive answer. You can like take space in XYZ place and like it can be good in different ways. But there are proper ways to go about aggressing and defending and like sneaking around and finding your timing and things like that. And it just feels more manageable to me. Fragpunk is the same way, but it like has so much crazy stuff. Like with basically Fragpunk has like these cards that like change the rules. And like there's one where if you throw your gun on the floor, then it turns into a turret. And so like you have to buy a bunch of guns. Like how many of your guns do you want to sacrifice to use as turrets in this round? You know? And there's another one where like it's called Infernal Hounds, and there are just like these dogs that are like on fire that like are near you, and then if there's ever an enemy, the dog like runs at the opponent and then like tries to catch them on fire. And there's another card where it's like the louder you scream, the faster you run in voice chat. So I have a clip where I'm like, I'm gonna get him, 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 where are they, I'm gonna get him. I'm like screaming as loud as I can, you know, I'm just yelling. And I'm going so fast because of it. Like I'm zooming, you know. I just thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And cards like that in this game, like, although if I wanted to win, I could treat it like Valorant and play proper, quote unquote. All the crazy stuff just incentivizes like you to play to see all the crazy stuff happen, you know? Like, to have the most fun, I just want to run at people and have all the crazy things happen in front of me and like try to be cool. So with Fragpunk, I don't enjoy being like super proper, you know? But as a rule of thumb, I enjoy proper gameplay. Like, I like chasing that. So I've been fiending Valorant. And as soon as the tournament's over, I'm like, Kai, you know what time it is. And we're gaming. And things are going great, man. I did well. This is something really nice, is like, I finally have become good at shooting games. It's in part definitely because of my setup. Like, my computer is nicer now, so I have a bigger screen, and I can see people better, because like I'm at a higher resolution. And my mouse is better, although I don't think that probably plays that much of a factor. Except the like comfort of the shape, I think does play a factor, but you'll hear about that in the Thursday review. Yeah, so what am I? Oh, right. Yeah, we played Valorant, and what's cool is that I'm finally good at shooting games. Like, I've played enough with Kai that, like, my skill from one shooting game to the next, like, kind of transfers over now. So whenever we play new stuff, like, I'm quite good, you know? And if I take a long break from one game, when I come back to it, I'm still quite good. Like, I'm a relatively strong FPS player now. So we were playing Valorant, and it was just so much fun. Like, it's so nice to get back to that game. We also played a lot of Counter-Strike. there's a mode called Wingman, where it's basically just a 2v2 version of Counter-Strike. And, like, it was awesome. It was so much fun. I would just play with Kai, and it would be like me and him, and we're gaming. We're having a great time. We're having a ball playing Counter-Strike. So, it was just really awesome. I also, like, out of FOMO, like fear of missing out, just, like, I played a Roblox game with someone for the first time. I was like, guys, we could play Prop Hunt, and they were like, oh my god, let's play Prop Hunt! You know? And that was super fun. And to be honest, for the Penguins, like, I know we've been talking about Fortnite Prop Hunt for so long. It might be easiest to do it on Roblox. It might be easiest to do Prop Hunt on Roblox. Because I know that it works. I know that it's very easy to do. Now, if we have a big enough group of people, like if we have all the Penguins playing, then maybe we should just do it like within Fortnite so that we can, we maybe should do it in Fortnite so that we can, like, just play with us and not with random people. But if it's, you know, yeah, if it's not that many people, maybe we should do Roblox Prop Hunt. But yeah, I don't know. I played that and it was like fine. I mean, it was fun because it was Prop Hunt, and it was fun because like we would be running around and I'd be like, oh my gosh, where are you? And it was me, Niall, Claire, and like Isaac. I think it was Isaac. Was it not? Man, who was it? Niall, Claire, me. I can't remember, but I think it was Isaac. And, yeah. But anyway, so we get to Thursday. I'm going to the mall with Phi. Because as a reminder, like, the tournament was on Tuesday. And wait, was it? It was, right? Pretty sure the tournament was on Tuesday. And then Wednesday was the day I had with Kai, and then the next day I went to go see Phi on the Thursday. And we hung out, we went to all the places in the mall, and dude, the mall is awesome now. San Anita Mall, full of blind boxes. And the reason I don't say gacha anymore when I'm talking about this is because gachapon machines are actually popular now. Like, there are gachapon little stores in, like, a ton of different places here. In malls, and in Little Tokyo, and in whatnot, like. Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically that. Sorry. So we go to the mall, and it was super fun. I didn't end up getting anything, I don't think. No, I didn't. And Phi, like, really almost bought, like, 8 things. Like, I stopped Phi from buying multiple items. Not, like, seriously, but, you know, I was like, no, dude, like, you gotta be a rememberer. I'm channeling my Dusty. And I'm like, you have to be a rememberer. If you remember it later, we can come back and get it. Okay? And so, you know, that was fun. I had, like, a super, super good time. We bought a fake Labubu. We got, like, ripped off by a fake Labubu. That, like, I bought it so that, and then I got paid back so that, like, my friends could give it to their partner. And it was fake, and apparently they just thought it was, like, a funny story or whatever, so that's good. Because it was, like, kind of obviously going to be fake, too, to be honest. So, yeah, but that was really fun, and then, yeah, so I drove Phi back, said goodbye. She was like, can I get a goodbye hug? And I was like, epic. I've done well. Like, I've made a friend, you know? And I've been reaffirmed in that many times with Phi. Like, whenever it was, like, the last couple weeks of school, Phi just, like, did so much crying. Phi did so, or not the last couple weeks of school, but the last couple weeks we were there. I did so much crying talking about me. Like, there was this one moment where I was working at the bookstore, like, basically all day. Like, I took someone's morning shift, and then I had, like, an hour gap, and then I was taking, like, someone's afternoon shift, and then it was my shift. And so I finished my morning shift, went, got some food, brought it down to eat, and Phi is sitting there. It's Phi, Niall, and this one, there is a third person I don't know. And Phi is like, yeah, I'm just, like, so sad having to say goodbye to everybody, like, this, like, really sucks, basically. She was like, I've just met so many people this year, and Niall was like, yeah, like, you met Jack? Like, obviously egging her on, because I'm standing right there. And I did, like, a little shush, like, motion to the person I didn't know. And Phi was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, Jack is literally the GOAT senior, like, he's so blah, 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 like, got so emotional, like, literally started crying. And then I walked up and I was like, thank you, like, that's so sweet. And she was like, oh, that's when she started crying, actually. It was when I walked up and said thank you. And then she started crying. And I was like, wow, that's, like, the sweetest thing ever, you know? Like, I'm really, I'm loved here, and that's quite nice. Kind of sucks that it happened right before I left, but whatever. Also, this PEGCAST is almost over. So, you know, I dropped off Phi, and then went to my room, and then discussed with Kai. We're like, alright, what are we going to do? Like, what trivia are we going to? We call the first place. They're like, hey, we do have trivia. Unfortunately, we do it in our dining room. The dining room can be booked. The dining room is completely, fully booked. So you can listen, because we play trivia over the loudspeakers, you can listen to it and play along, but you can't get in the dining room. And we were like, okay, then we called the second place. The second place doesn't respond. We can't get a hold of anyone. And they never called me back or anything either. But also, Kai points out that we wouldn't make it to their trivia on time. So we look up a third place, find it, and we're like, let's go. This is the only place we don't call. But we, like, found it. On their website, it says that they have trivia, right? So we all pile into my car. It's me, Kai, Isaac, Emma, Morgan. It's the Marvel Rivals team of seniors. It's like the Marvel Rivals team minus Jimmy. And I love these guys now, you know? But we all drive off to go to trivia night, and we're so excited. We saw this dude wearing, like, the funniest shirt of all time. I don't even remember what it said, but it was just like, oh, it was, it was something like Dross for Lost. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like Ross dressed for less, but it was just, like, slightly wrong, and not in a way that, like, made a pun or a joke. And we looked it up, and we couldn't find anything about it. So that was just, like, sending us. And that was, we were like, this is going to be so fun, we're going to go murder trivia, we're going to destroy it. And we're all laughing so much. God, Emma said that, like, I don't even remember how this came up, but we were talking about Wreck-It Ralph, right? We were talking about Wreck-It Ralph, and I think it was, like, songs to listen to that are, like, still bangers or whatever, and I was like, guys, don't listen to the ending song from Wreck-It Ralph by Owl City. It's not as good as it is in your head. And Emma basically was like, man, like, that movie was so sad. Like, I felt so bad for Ralph. in that movie. And I was like, why? He was like, what do you mean, you know, like, why? And she was like, because he was just, like, mistreated. And, like, I burst out laughing. Like, I may have cried a tear. Like, I've never laughed so hard in my whole life. And she's like, what? And I'm like, it's just so earnest. You're like, I just feel so bad for Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. Like, there's so many movies that you could be like, oh, I feel so bad for that character because it's, like, so sad, you know? They're, like, sad films. Wreck-It Ralph isn't one of the movies that I would think about when I'm thinking of that, you know? And I've just, like, never laughed so hard in my whole life. It was the funniest thing ever. And the whole car ride was, like, extremely funny. We were all just laughing the whole time. These people, they're so funny. And, we got to the place, but we got there, and it was, like, right when it was about to begin. So we're like, Kai, you gotta get out. We drop Kai off, he gets out, and we go find parking. I find a place to parallel park. I do it like a freaking epic genius, okay? I was like the best parker in the freaking Wild West. And I get out of the car, and I see that my phone is ringing from Kai. And I'm like, I wonder why Kai is calling me. Maybe it's something good. Maybe it's something bad. But I'm just curious, you know, I'm feeling neutral about it. I get a call from Kai. He says, I've got bad news. And I'm like, what? And he's like, there's no trivia here. We're like, what? We're like, what? There's no trivia? There's no trivia? And he said, listen, it's not my fault. Apparently they've had people coming in literally all day asking them, like, hey, like, can we enter trivia? And their website is just wrong. Their trivia is on Tuesday, not Thursday. Like, come on, man. Come on. After all this, we don't get to play trivia, so we look up if there's any other trivia, but it's just late at that point. I don't want to leave you hanging on that cliff for what we did, for what the rest of the night entailed, because the rest of the night was very fun. I'll tell you that much. It was a fun night for me. It was a fun night for everybody. Okay, I gotta go this way and then this way to park. Boom. Epic. Oh, well, everybody, comment below. Have you played trivia at a bar before? Maybe tell me a little something about it. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. So make sure to like, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and goodbye.